Hi everyone. How are you all doing? It's time to continue painting some gremlins, I thought. And after last time, I decided to do some boring base coating because that doesn't make for the most fun video anyway. So I base coated the feathers, or like the blue feathers, on the Bordeaux, and I did that with Citadel Macrack Blue mixed with some black, and I also painted the feathers tied to the saddle on the piggy, and what else did I do? I also base coated the beak and teeth with Citadel Zambri dust, and I painted, like right where we left off, I painted the fur or hair on the piggy, and I did that with Zambri dust mixed with a tiny bit of darker brown where I wanted it to be a little bit darker. So I thought I'd pick that out with like a lighter bone color now for a highlight. I also did that same color on the whip, picking out all that detail on the whip. So I did that in between streams, but now we'll paint on the highlights for the fur and the leather and beaks and stuff like that. Yeah, hi everyone. So hi UPJ, Old Slow Tiger, Spiredine, and Dead Aussie Gamer. How are you doing? Spiredine is hungry. I'm assuming this is a reference to pig and chicken here. Yeah. You can't eat these, but maybe you can find some other poor little buggers to eat. I don't know. You'll have to take care of that yourself. So we're gonna start out by picking some Citadel Ushabti bone, and highlighting the fur, like picking out any areas that sort of stand out where you want it to be a little brighter. We obviously don't want to paint over all of that Zambri dust we put on, but doing a few highlights like these to give it some more depth. And sometimes it can help to like move the brush along an edge, but like here I'm carefully putting the tip of the brush towards the area, like really carefully. You could just dry brush this as well, though that might get messy. You can eat them. I don't recommend it though. Ashen hold art. Stuff you find in the Bayou is okay to eat, right? Yep, probably. Most of the time. Some stuff might be poisonous, I suppose. I think maybe your PJ is referring to these being plastic animals, but I don't know. So, are you excited for that or about that big reveal we got to see. Malifaux burns. Did y'all see that? Coming expansion for Malifaux 3rd edition. I'm really excited about it. So far, I'm mostly excited about Ironsides and Anya. That whole thing with them fighting for control of the workers. Like, I really like that. But I'm really looking forward to reading about all that crazy Burning Man stuff in Malifaux. I happen to have a Burning Man force for the other side. You forgot to buy rice. Okay. Oh, the stream a bit laggy, like both audio and image, video. Alternate masters, really neat. Yeah, I agree. So Ashenhold Art is going to be streaming, I think it's 2 hours after me. So if you want to watch some more painting goodness, you can look forward to that. Hi, Doom of the People. How are you doing? Interested to see how Ulix changes in play. Yeah? Did he have like a flaming pig in that trailer? I approve of that. And I foresee a lot of crispy bacon jokes. To be honest. Poor Maxine. Yeah, Maxine, she seems like she's found something she shouldn't, right? Maybe. Heck it me. That's, I don't know how to pronounce that username. But welcome, nice to see you here. Rocket sausage, yeah, that works. That works. I really like the pigs. I almost started collecting Ulix at the one time, but yeah, try to stay out of collecting gremlins so far. We'll see how that ends up. I mean, I'm sitting here painting gremlins now, ain't I? So I'm painting these like feather quills with use empty bone too, picking out like the tips on them to make them stand out. And she's got like a bit of straw here, I think, for her saddle. Two other people. Yeah, I just came back to the game because of pigs a few weeks ago. That's nice. I'm assuming the pigs in Malifaux, or were there like external pigs involved? I don't. What's your favorite pig? Shirley Gracie, right? She's awesome and wise. I'm just gonna paint the teeth the same color. We might highlight them a bit brighter later. Oops. Old Mayor, yeah? It's a good, wise pig. Play weird. I'm partial to Pigapult pig. So grumpy. Yeah, it looks pretty grumpy. It's not really happy with its situation, is it? Doesn't want to go catapult. That's my interpretation, at least. I like the old Ulick story about the golden piglet. It was kind of cute. So, painting fur, painting fur, painting fur. Only true poisonous stuff in the Bayou is Brewmaster's making. Yeah, some good poison, I'm guessing. It's an adorable story. Yeah, for sure. Regal, I'm like the golden pig. Or are you referring to something else? So this is a little time consuming, but it's gonna look pretty good, I think. Blonde little pig. I think one of the most impressive things with Malifaux is like how they managed to make everything work together. You got cool steampunky robots, you got zombies, vampiric demons, nightmares and stuff, and then you got like gremlin pig farmers, and somehow it still works. Old Mayor, he is a majestic beast. Yeah. Did you read the story he's based on? The Animal Farm, I think it's called, right? Something like that. Classic. I didn't read all of it, but read some of it. Hell, yeah, PJ. First, I love all the big pig models. First time I saw Gracie, I fell in love with her. Fair. She is a beautiful pig. You can see the wisdom and also maybe some skepticism in those old eyes. I'm certainly part of the Gracie fan club. It was fun when she was a mercenary for a while in M2. When mercenary was like where you could hire models into any faction if they had the mercenary trait. I thought I'd hire her into Marcus. I mean, she wasn't a beast, but I thought it looked cool, but then I never really got around to it. Okay, so this is tedious. I'm gonna use this Ushabti bone to highlight all these little little knots or whatever on the whip. It's alright if some of them aren't super neat, but I'm gonna do this at least with the ones that are facing upwards. I guess we can skip the ones underneath. On the other side, Other side of the whip. I feel like I'm showing you all of the tedious techniques with no shortcuts and just yeah. The other side is another game. Yeah, I did start thinking about that game when I said that. But the other side is a nice game. And quite relevant now that the Burning Man is invading Malifaux. Or is it an invasion if that's where he came from originally? I don't know. I'm curious that like there are 8 masters falling to the Burning Man, I thought. And there are 8 masters per faction. I don't want to start any rumors here, but I guess they could turn that into a whole faction later, like with models jumping out of or becoming dual faction masters, like in a Burning Man faction. No, but I don't know anything about that. I'm just pondering that fact, like 8 factions, 8 masters per faction, 8 masters falling to the Burning Man. Yeah, going all conspiracy theorist. They don't seem to have pulled the plug on me yet, but we'll see how long that lasts. Okay, so I think we did all that stuff. Pretty much. Bring out the tinfoil hats now, but seriously, it's a good theory, right? And I'm not partial at all. I mean, I don't play Cult of the Burning Man in the other side or anything. Okay, I do. Okay, so I'm grabbing some Citadel Wraithbone. You could do Screaming Skull, I think it's called, or any like ivory like color, and giving the previous areas a thin final highlight to make them stand out a little bit extra, like the tips of the teeth and tips of the fur. A good rule of thumb might be that you don't want to paint different materials with the same color, but to save time here, I am using the same colors to highlight the teeth and the fur and the whip. If we want to, we could tint some of those areas later. And I'm not going to use this bright ivory color like to highlight everything we just highlighted once again. I'm going to pick out a few places here and there. Sybarite, maybe they just corrupted one monster from each faction. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. Certainly. But what if those masters then turn into dual faction Burning Man masters? This is just pure theory. I don't know anything about this. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. It's a fun thought. Because like we know, Karis has fallen to the Burning Man. I don't know if they said that. Yeah, Reva had as well. Runton Thunder is a bit like that in M2E. Yeah. Well, that's how they introduced them in first edition. And I don't really see them doing that again, but it was a fun thought, like they could do that. But yeah, those artworks they showed off in the trailer, that Parker artwork was really cool. And so was Maxine. Heck, all of them were really cool. Did you guys watch the trailer? I'm really looking forward to the story progressing in that book. I'm not the fastest at reading the new story material, but I really enjoy it. Several times while making tiny squeals. Yeah. I don't know if I made any tiny squeals, but maybe I did. I don't think I'd know. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Might as well have. Okay, just putting a few of these brighter highlights and only focusing on, only putting them on the top part of the whip this time. Like the whip isn't super neat, but that's all right. I feel like I don't think it has to be. Yeah. Looks pretty good. We with this wraithbone color, we might as well pick out her teeth. Like I can't really see her individual teeth. I thought from the artwork she has one bigger tooth here, so I'm gonna suggest that. Might bring that down a little bit later, but just making tiny dots suggesting like a row of teeth there. And we'll put that to the side and go to the wheat chicken. And on the chicken's little talons, I left these little, I don't know if you can see, but these little brown lines. And I'm painting on top of the Philarmander has just subscribed. Welcome. I'm painting on top of the previous layer, leaving some of it showing to get this like talon effect. It's pretty simple. Doesn't have to be super neat. We're doing that all of the talons. Oh, and the blue feathers look a little shiny because I also put a blue wash on top of it, feathers, before the stream started. I used Draken of Nightshade from Citadel. Like, watching shades dry isn't the most fun to have on a painting stream, I thought. So I did that beforehand. Picking that out. And then these, I don't know if it's supposed to be straw or feathers, but on the tummy, picking them out with this ushabti bone. We're gonna paint the ropes soon too, but in a different color. There we go. I think, yeah. Let's also paint the beak. I've left a little bit of brown on the edge. Like, what was the color? Sandry dust? No, yeah, but like, dark brown towards the edge to separate the beak from the fleshy areas. So we're now making a sort of fat highlight along the edges of the beak, and we're then going to do a wraith bone highlight on top of that, leaving a little bit of that ushabti bone showing. And again, any like ivory color will do. I feel like we could probably push that orange further, but we'll see. We might do that later. So I'm kind of assuming that Ulix is the one who falls to the burning man then, because it got that burning pig. It's a shame. Ulix seemed like such a nice chap. He's not really been in the story much, has he? He's got like that golem piglet story, but he's kind of like not really been in the thick of things. So I'm looking forward to that. Like, maybe he'll get in on the action a bit more. But how bad can someone called Pork Belly Protector be bad? That is true. It's called a protector. Maybe he's not fallen for the burning man. Maybe he's like protecting all the piggies from the fire. This is some deep stuff here. Or maybe he's fighting the burning man's influence. Deep stuff. Pork Belly Protector has a ring to it, let's say. So I'm moving on Saturday within Gothenburg. I think I mentioned that last stream. Moving is stressful for me, but and like packing all these miniatures I got up in cabinets and stuff. That takes a while. But unpacking them and like unpacking your miniatures, it's almost a bit like ritualistic, putting them back inside the cabinets and stuff after I move. So I'm looking forward to that. Maybe I'm weird. Yeah, I guess I'm weird. We're all weird. Salty sea bass. Elix is a pretty antisocial guy. If his corruption comes in the form of destroying everything so he can be alone with his hogs, I can vibe with that. Huh. That's an interesting thought. I suppose. He just wants to be alone with his pigs, right? Thanks for the sub, Ted. Yeah. Hello. Welcome. So we highlighted the beak with that wraith bone, making sure to leave some of the previous highlights showing. Gonna try and pick out his teeth. Wow, I just put like a huge glob of paint there. Mistakes were made. Let's try and remedy that. It looks all right. Actually, let's put some orange in those gremlin-y eyes. Yeah, PJ, I was just about to say, what brush control? And then I messed things up. Yeah, I certainly do mistakes. Oh, God. I make mistakes very often. So I'm doing some, like, a few little dots of orange in those eyes. Was there another subscriber? I looked away. Rude. Oh, hello, Jens. Thanks for subscribing. How are you doing? Anyone here painting whilst watching the stream? What to do next? Yeah, leather. Maybe? Yeah. Let's do leather. Where did I put that brown color? There. Me, Spider-Dine. Spider-Dine. Me, kinda. Mostly thinking about having to go buy rice, though. That darn rice, huh? Well, I don't know what to tell you. Do you have to have rice? Maybe you can eat something else. So we're picking out the edges of the leather belt with Some Mornfang brown from Citadel. Painting the edges. Maybe a tiny little scratch or two. And her boots. Highlighting the creases on the boots. A heck it time. A heck it me. That nickname is giving me some trouble. Pinning up Sovereign, last model to do on the Anya box. I really like Sovereign and Anya. So cool. I've mine are built, packed away, waiting to be painted. Also ordered Jedsa today. During the in the middle of a move. Yes, I know. But she's so cool, and I ordered her to the new place, so that's fun. So I'm going to be painting lots of explorers soon. Got Jedsa, Anya, and McCabe plan to paint for the explorers. For my own collection. Maxine does seem like a bunch of fun too. And Ivan. I'm doing these little scratches on the leather belt to make it look a bit worn. I can pick out this thread as well. The thread on the other side. Jed says the next keyword I'm looking at painting up. She's a lot of fun. Yeah, she's not fun facing her on the table. She's heck of frustrating, but she's really cool, and the designs are really fun. And I think I'm gonna enjoy playing her. Like, she seems very strong to me, but also very fun. I like that she and Sybarite kind of got a wandering apple tree in the Kurgan. Like, that Swamp Fiend's got apples. That's kind of sweet. Thanks for the follow, Turbo Otter. Welcome. How are you doing? I'm trying to highlight these like belts or straps she's got. Like dragging the brush, like the side of the brush, along is easier than trying to hit those lines with the tip. There we go. Spurred on. Ironically, my plan for dinner tonight is a chicken and bacon sauce. That is kind of ironic. This is why I need rice. I'm also out of pasta. Oh, yeah, you do need to go shopping. Chicken and bacon sauce. Huh. Hope it turns out to be a good dinner. Okay, so next model. Yeah, that cigar. Like the saddle, I guess. I'm gonna paint with this color. Yeah. By the way, I think that Pigo definitely needs a heart tattooed on its rear. Yeah, we can do that. That'd be cute. Is there anything else I want to paint with this color? Maybe the sort of band that goes around the brim of the hat. Yeah. Actually, I think we're gonna paint this wee fiddle in the same color. And then we're gonna do the, because of the reveal, it probably should be a heart of fire. Oh, that'd be cool. Or hot. Or no, cool. So there are a lot of areas in this miniature I kind of want to be brown. So I'm like pondering which areas to paint which color. I'm going to go with that more of a drab brown for the ropes and such. Turbo Otter seconds the tattoo idea. Yeah, I like the idea. So we might just do that. So next I'm going to put some, I'm going to mix this Mornfang brown with some Ushafty bone to make a highlight color. And highlight the edges of the instrument. And do like some dotted highlights on the saddle. Because I want it to be a very rough material. So I'm like dotting on top of the previous highlight, which is more of a solid highlight. And this dotting highlight technique is pretty good for making something look a bit worn. Peter Laval just subscribed. Welcome. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're painting some Bayou goodness. In the form of boat peep and Ruffles. So this here is Ruffles. He's a rooster. And he's not quite right in the head, but we love him all the same. I think. Maybe. Sybarite, while I finished the model I was painting. Time to rise. Time to rise. That sounds cool. Oops. So let's like doing some dotted highlights on the brim of this worn little hat. Back to Piggy. We're doing that same kind of highlighting on the leather parts here. Around the edges of the leather. Dotting it a bit to make it look like worn leather. Don't see this leather being brand new. That goes a little sloppy, but it's fine. Sometimes you can just put a little bit of water on the brush and use it as an eraser. And going over her shoes. Adding texture and highlights. like on top of the previous layers. And I got her like leather harness thingy. I suddenly got a little bit hungry. Maybe that's all that talk about food. Like, I'm a vegetarian, but still, food talk is food talk. So the other shoe. Some caffeine. Meaning? What do you mean, Terrator? Making salmon for dinner. My cat's way into it. I can see that. I do miss eating salmon, actually. I actually did eat salmon a few months ago, so I guess I'm not a vegetarian. My grandparents treated us to it, and I don't know. I gave in. I don't know what the cool down is on becoming a vegetarian again. So there should be an official cool down for that. So you know. Okay, so the leather is highlighted. What do we want to paint next? Maybe, yeah, I think we're gonna do the ropes. It's boring, but yeah, we'll have to do it. I'm gonna grab Steel Legion Drab. I think that's gonna be good for some drab looking ropes. And also works for drab looking wood. So I'm gonna pick out the peg leg in Steel Legion Drab too. But I always want to say peg leg. I don't know. The peg leg. The peg. Sorry. I'll try and say more useful, sensible stuff. I think I'm allowed to be weird, though. I mean, we're painting for weird, right? Right. So, aren't really any ropes on this one. What? 3 to 10 business days until you're a vegetarian again. I kid me. Yeah, maybe that's it. Then I'm a vegetarian now. Because it'd be really strange if, like, you became a vegetarian like an hour after. Then it wouldn't mean anything, right? Then you could be like, yeah, I haven't eaten for a while. I'm a vegetarian. And that would be cheating, I feel like. So yeah, maybe 10 business days. I decided to pick out the whatchamacallit, the piggy cloves? Cloven hooves? Cloves? I don't know what color piggy's little cute toes are, but these little piggies got Steel Legion drab colored cloves, hooves. Toenails. Turbo Otter, isn't there a council for this sort of a thing? Some kind of organization that takes away your special powers if you go carnivore again. There is sort of in Scott Pilgrim, right? Silly, but also a little bit funny. I don't think I got any special powers though. Okay, let's pick out the handle on the whip with some Steel Legion drab, because I don't know, realized there was a handle and decided to paint it that color. There doesn't always have to be like a lot of deep thought behind color choices. I don't want it to stand out, so Steel Legion drab is good. Like I want the gremlin's skin and the skin of like the pig and the rooster to be what stands out on the models. So we're trying to complement that with some neutral colors. I'm actually putting some Steel Legion drab on that fiddle too. So he's got this cool whip. I hadn't even noticed it before, but he's got this cool whip. Coiled. Here. And then we'll pick out all this rope. Right, that's supposed to be rope, I think. This mold's got a whole bunch of rope. So pick that out with Steel Legion drab, because I want the ropes to be drab looking. This guy really likes ropes. Like, they're good for carrying things around. We're then going to try and find some other brown color to use on the like the pants and these bandages or whatever they are. I think they're bandages. Sports tape. So I'm just picking out these little segments of the ropes one at a time. Can just paint the wood here to this kitchen stuff. Maybe we can also paint the inside of the trousers, like Let's fold it out inside out like here with this color. And then we'll do a different color on the actual trousers. Just doing some random highlights. Here's some more rope. Painting composition question from Turbotter. When you start on a model, do you use the box art or stat card for reference, or do you mostly think of a paint scheme ahead of time as you go? Varies. On these, I decided to go pretty close to the box art. Though I've got like a... don't feel like... I decided to go pretty close with the box art, but then also just freehand some stuff. Like we're gonna... we talked about giving this gremlin a ginger beard, and then I forgot to paint it orange when I painted that other orange stuff. But I do use the models boxes as reference a lot of the time. Like if I need to figure out what something is, like if there's some detail that's not super clear to me. But oftentimes it's a lot of fun coming up with your own color scheme. I guess it varies. With these, I decided to do them pretty close. I thought I'd raffle these away later, which is going to be exciting. But we'll see, maybe I want to paint something else in between these and the other two gremlins. We'll see. Yeah, PJ, who paints their models? Who paints weird models? Like on the boxes, you got the box art. But they have their own models painted up too. I know Den of Imagination does some painting for them. I think. I saw some awesome looking English Ivan crew by them. I think it was today or yesterday. Right, I just stopped painting this rope, didn't I? Huh. Follow-up, which of your crew's paint schemes do you like the most? I really like the paint scheme of my Rasputina crew. You can see it over at instagram.com/Sybarite _ painting. And you might have to scroll down a bit, but yeah, I really like that color scheme. Unfortunately, Rasputina is not really my cup of tea gameplay-wise, so they don't get to see the table a lot. But interesting to see her title. I also really like my rail crew, to be honest. So much rope! Damn it! Spiridine, rice baby, does that mean that you have now procured rice or that you are venturing out to get rice? This is unclear. Please specify. We need to know. We're invested now. I have procured the Far Oriental seed. Wow, that's a sentence. Great. Good on you. I hope the dinner goes really well. Wait, Spiridine, are you Swedish? Yeah, BJ, is that the Vanilla Rice song you're referring to? Wow. You're not Swedish. Okay. I just thought because there's a Swedish dish where you got rice, chicken, bacon, and stuff. Did we paint all of the rope? There's so much rope. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Let's pretend it's rope. I don't know what it is. Right, the rope and the tummy. Trying to follow in the direction of the rope segments whilst highlighting it. And I'm not going to bother you with the second highlight of the ropes, don't worry. If in doubt, it's probably a rope. Yeah, that's what I'm going with on this miniature. I'm not saying it's a bad miniature in any way. I love it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. There's a lot of different textures on this model, so it's a real challenge, but also pretty fun to practice those textures. I think we got all that rope down. Maybe we'll paint this in the same color, like his bandage or whatever. His armband or bandage. Oh, I notice now I've got like a blob of orange paint on his shoulder. I don't know how I managed that, but that's a little bit annoying. Yeah, BJ, Hank made me hate painting rope. Turbo Otter, Hank made me hate Malifaux. You were a bit annoying in second edition, weren't they? Yep, BJ, decent summer for Nico in M2E. Yep. 13 of crows, right? So I'm scraping off that paint with a sculpting tool. Seems to have gone pretty well. I can tidy that up later. Scraping paint off your miniature is risky, of course. Sorry about it, don't get me started on Nico or Hanged in M2E. Yeah, they were rude, weren't they? Here's making a lot of USB noises. I don't know what I did. So, some other brown paint. let's go with Citadel Gorthor Brown. A different kind of drab brown. Sybarite. Elinore didn't want to play against my Nico and M2E. Oh, you're right. I'm bad with nicknames. Hey, did my webcam... My webcam froze. Huh. A charming shot of my armpit. Yeah, sure. Let's see if I can get that webcam back on. I don't know what's going on really. I think there we go. Yeah. Should be back on. Yay! Yeah, bad things happen. You like my armpit, don't you? At least I was wearing a t-shirt, you know. This is quality content. Okay, so I spoke about another drab, different kind of brown paint. Looking good, and the stream seems to be working too. Thanks, Turbo Otter. Sybarite, this turned into a totally different kind of stream than I was expecting. No, I didn't want to play against your Nico in M2E. I didn't. Nico gave me fits. I heard that annoyed someone that I exclaimed that loud, like out loud in a tournament. But yeah, I think we played like a game, 2 games where you played, if I recall correctly. PG-18 content. Yeah, once someone think of the terms of service. Hey, I showed you a clothed armpit. Damn it. Calm down. Okay, so I'm using some rhinox hide mixed with Gorthor brown to layer these pants on this here good gremlin fellow, leaving some pure rhinox hide in the recesses, the creases. And then we'll highlight this with some pure Gorthor brown. I think we'll... Oh God, I found some more rope. Damn it, guys. I found more rope. paint the bedroll in this color too. Maybe that's boring, but the bedroll isn't exactly the main character of the model anyway. Or main focus. Okay, so I'll paint the hat and leave some of that rhino's hide showing in the middle of the top of the hat and like close to the band. I think we only played one and I lost. Then I played your Marcus with my thing and lost that too. Oh, yeah, you might be right. All right, there was this game we were gonna play that got redrawn for some reason. They made some mistake in the matchups. We never played that one. Yay, Marcus wins. Marcus does win at times. He's a lot of fun. I've only played Marcus in like 3 times in M3. Like, he's changed a lot, and sometimes change is rough for you when it's your darling that changes, but I've now played him twice, and he is a lot of fun this edition too. Like, ramming people with that jackalope never gets old. The jackalope, it's got attitude. So we found some more rope around the bedroll. Then we'll Spiridon, are you being naughty? So we're using some Gorther Brown, trying to highlight the folds of this bedroll. And we'll also use it to paint like lines on the raised areas along these creases in the trousers. Gorther Brown. If you don't have the Citadel paints and you want to paint like these miniatures the way I do, just pick different browns. It doesn't really matter a lot, right? I don't think so. I don't think picking the, like, finding the exact right color is necessarily the most important thing. Like, paint with what you got, or mix paints. Then I think sometimes people chasing the correct color for a paint job or a color scheme is fun and rewarding. but like a lot of time where people are like, how did you paint, what paints did you use to paint that? And I don't know. Yeah, I do that too. I ask about people's choices of paint too, but like I think most of the time maybe it's more interesting in how they do it than with the like what exact paints. Feel free to disagree. Sorry, chat. Yeah, PJ, Jackalope and Zombie Chihuahua, two of the coolest totems in game, in my opinion. I agree. Jackalope is the best totem in the game, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong, says Terbutter. Spiridine, obviously the coolest totem in the game is Ponto. Wow, there's a lot of good opinions there. Ponto is such a sweet, sweet totem. Terbutter, Vallejo's flat earth is good for leather, for instance. That's a good tip. It's also not a conspiracy theory. Yeah, no, that's what I thought as well. That's a funny name for a paint. So I'm grabbing a little bit of, oops, sorry, painting outside the camera. I'm grabbing a little bit of like Arthur Brown and Rhinoxide mix to paint like on the, like I'm doing this kind of out of sequence, but I realized we want to highlight the overall shape too, like of the legs and not just the creases. Went straight for the creases. Ponto is cool too, yeah. But for some odd reason, I never liked the model. I really like the Ponto model. It's cool. It's pretty scary, to be honest. Like, the way Molly treats the creature and named it and just decided it was he, like, that's endearing, but the creature itself is kind of scary. I guess how it kind of follows her around like a little puppy, doesn't it? That's quite endearing too, I guess. Okay, so Arthur Brown highlighting. Arthur Brown. Word of warning, if you're new to this, Vallejo paints are often a lot flatter than Citadel paints, like a bit more drab. Do you mean matte, maybe? I actually like that about them. Goes for the Reaper paints too. Matte is the word, yeah. I don't know if I'm messing this up. Vallejo is a bit more transparent though. Says yeah, PJ. Yeah, maybe it is. You find it doesn't cover as well? Maybe? I thought the bird is the word. The bird is certainly a word, especially now that we're painting the bird. some of the paint there rubbed off, looks like. Wow, looking impressive so far. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. I'm struggling a little with the pants. I think it's mostly that, like, I want to get really close to the model, and then I got this camera kind of in the way a little bit. But that's practice. Transparent is just a quality difference. It is good sometimes, worse sometimes. Sure. It's like transparency is a nice trait with acrylic colors, acrylic paints. You can build up highlights in layers that are semi-transparent. So transparency of paint is not a bad thing. It's just a bad thing if you want to get things done quickly. I would say. Painting some Gorther brown on the hat's rim or brim. Maybe that's a word. Rings a bell for me anyway. Yeah, and we'll use Gorther brown to pick out the bandaged areas on this cheeking. Taking care to leave some rhinox hide in like these lines between the in the recesses between the bandages. Yeah, PJ, I find I like Vallejo airbrush paints even for brush painting, mainly because they are easier to shake up. Yeah, sure. I haven't tried them myself, but unless they're like super thin, I can see that. And sometimes you want to paint super thin too, but okay, licking the brush is important. No, it's not. And got some more bandages here. Ropes and bandages aplenty. Then later we are going to, of course, paint some highlights on those blue feathers, and that's gonna add some more color to the model. It's gonna be fun, I think. I was thinking I'd make like really muddy bases for these. Are you liking that idea? Like wet mud. And maybe some foliage. Is that a good idea, you think? Not swampy? Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe swampy. Swampy is fun. Like cool water effects. We could do, could actually do a stream where I try and make some water splashes for the bases. Like they're racing through shallow, swampy water. I've done that before, even though it was quite a while ago. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. I reckon. Yeah, we're gonna highlight that a little bit by mixing a tiny bit of that wraith bone we got on the plait into the Gorthor brown. Can we speak about the awesome thing that is Zoraida's titles trigger, Guppify? Isn't that just like the best thing? Like, she's got the ability to turn enemies into gups. I just love that. Very witchy, very cute, and it makes for fun stories. Remember that time when I turned Nikima into a gup? Yeah, I do. Just might have to paint Zoraida just for that. Like in M2, I had this thing where I tried to get the jackalope to do the last hit on Masters. And I did succeed a couple of times. It made me smile. It's the small things in life. Turbo Otter, Guppify your life, a witch's guide to prosperity and happiness. Yeah. She might write that one. Just conjure it up from thin air. I don't know. Yeah, PJ, a bit like when a mindless zombie managed to kill and trigger making a mindless zombie. Yeah, for sure. This trigger kind of works like an execute though. So you have to ditch cards or a soulstone, if I remember correctly, and then you, if you don't, you're killed and you summon a gup. I'm liking that. Bedroll. Find the autofocus isn't really liking this miniature. Works better with the piggy. Your PJ, I mean the talk after when I killed Nico and made him into a mindless zombie. Yeah, that's hilarious. I agree. Yeah, I get it. All those funny stories you get. Turbo Otter, which Malifaux Master TED Talk inspirational speech tour would be the best worst to go to? Sybarite, best Zip, worst Summer. I think Zip would be horrible. Obviously, Ironsides is very inspirational. I mean, that's her whole new thing, right? But I think a Maxine TED Talk maybe would be nice. Leviticus, was that the best or the worst TED Talk? For the worst, okay. I think Leviticus TED Talk might get a bit creepy, but yeah. Maybe it would be like really enthusiastic about his creations. Right, we should put a little orange dot on shame. It would not be a good TED Talk. I wouldn't want to hear that TED Talk. I feel like it would be like in the movie Joker and that talk show scene. Actually, maybe worse, Nelly. It would not be the truest TED Talk of them all. It wouldn't. Right, so we did forget to paint his beard. I'm gonna grab like a orangey brown, like rusty brown color. It's Citadel Vermin Brown, which is discontinued, but like it's like a very orangey brown. And I think I'm gonna paint his beard and hair that way. Like trying to pick out the clumps or parts of hair, like the definition, leaving some rhinox hide showing as a shadow. Nikodem could be a good TED Talk, and your PJ, yeah, except he's dead, but sure. Sybarite until he asks for a volunteer. Yeah. I think Hoffman would make for a nice TED Talk. I think Jedza would be a bad TED Talk because, well, the audience would have lots of monsters staring at them very soon. I put some red paint on the arm as well. Oh, mistakes have been made. It is a little bit fiddly, this mole. That's my excuse. Von Schill would be good until he rips his shirt off. What's so bad about that? Or you mean maybe because that's when he's mad? I mean, Grant is muscular. Okay, that doesn't work. We're gonna have to put some more green on top of the arm because mistakes. Mistakes have been made. That was a good podcast. Is that still running? Mistakes were made. I don't think so. I like that podcast. Malachi podcast. And with Von Schill, a whole lot of back in my day, I don't know why I got that accent. That's not his accent. Back in my day. I'm not good at accents. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that'd probably be it. I really like the story when Von Schill and Summer are playing cards. Sybarite must be the reason why he used to cause terrifying checks when he ripped it off. Right, he did, yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I mean, those were just awe checks, I think. Like you're in awe. Where were we? I'm not sure how to paint like the hat because it's like really the brim is very thick. So I'll just put a highlight on the bottom rim. Turbotter correction, Von Schill would be okay at best. Until he ripped his shirt off. Yeah, sure. Sybarite maybe has a giant tattoo of Nelly on his chest. Why would he have that? Or is the question why not? Colette would be quite entertaining talk. Yeah? Agree? Okay, so I got distracted. I'm gonna mix some Fire Dragon Bright into that Vermin Brown beard paint and highlight this lovely ginger beard. Almost purified Dragon Bright. So it really pops. Oh, the word pops combined with painting a rooster just made me think of that brilliant word poppycock. Now that's one of the best words in the English language, don't you think? Okay, catch you later, Turbo Otter. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining in. And good luck on that quiz. beer and stuff. Fiddlesticks it is. That's a good word too. So many good words. Unstuck would just be a gruesome lecture to listen to. Well, isn't he kind of already a TED talker? Sort of. He's got a podcast. Isn't that how they introduced him? Like he's got this whole necromancer podcast going. Sorry, that's Discord. I don't know if you can like mute the whole of Discord at once, or if you can just have to mute all of the Discord channels. A solution would of course be to wear a headset, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so I decided to highlight the bandages. By mixing in a little bit of that off-white wraith bone into the mix, or into that Quarther brown. Yeah, sorry about that. Confused you. Didn't get any messages on your Discord. That was me. So popular. You can go into settings and turn off all the sounds. Thanks. I will do that. And sorry about those noises. I will make sure to do that. Bandages. Maybe a few little highlights on the whip, like it's gleaming a little. Yeah. Discord. Settings. Quality content. Turn off all the sounds. Click, 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 click. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so for the crazy looking eyes of this wee rooster, we'll paint them citadel gray sear. I think maybe later I'll wash them with a red wash, and then we'll highlight them with some white. No, wait a second. We're gonna do a yellow wash, right? Maybe I should just paint the eyes yellow. They're yellow in the box art. Should I paint the eyes of the rooster yellow? Okay, so back to Piggy. Painted that dead eye, Grace ear, at least. And then we'll do a tiny little, it's a tiny little dot of some off-white in the eye that is healthy. Yeah. Okay. Spiridine, ever eat food so good that you afterwards felt like you needed a shower? No, I have not. That is not a sensation I recognize. It makes me feel sad. That I haven't. So we'll grab a little bit of a medium shade of purple, Xerius purple from Citadel, and paint the little ribbons on the cute pig. Leaving the little folds that darker, I want to say Nagrath Night paint. And then we got this ribbon on the tail. Cute. Lick the brush. Paint didn't taste like much at all. So now you know. And then we'll grab some Citadel Gene Stealer purple and do another highlight on that. Freshest follower, Gilbertown Hobbies. I don't know if we got a message about that, but welcome. Glad to see you follow the channel. I really like your videos. They often make me smile. Just so you know. So, yeah, leaving some of that Xerius purple showing. We're highlighting with some thinner highlights. that bow. We're soon going to be wrapping this stream up, and that means that next time we are going to be painting the hair and clothes of this hair lady, and also the oh, change battery pack. It works for like a stream. Didn't have to change one last time, but we're gonna wrap this up anyway. Yeah, I was going to say we are also going to be painting all those blue feathers and all the metal. So I think maybe we'll find time to finish. Wait. So I got a 30-minute warning now, didn't I? I think I've already painted for 2.5 hours. Didn't I? Am I getting confused? That's fine. I think we are going to wrap this stream up. I'm just going to put this last little highlight onto the purple. So next time we'll paint the blue feathers, the hair and clothing of Bo Peep, and the metals. And then it's pretty much just basing left. Maybe we'll do a basing special. We'll see how we deal with that. Yeah, so Matthias Crestborn, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, in a few hours' time, we've got Ben streaming here on the channel. And thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for watching me paint and talk about Malifaux. If you want to see more of my stuff, you can have a look at Instagram.com/Sybarite_painting, and it's the same on YouTube. Yeah, thanks for today. See you next week. Bye.